I picked a scooter off a lady.
Yeah.
She'd been hit by a truck. She sued me. Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go to like negotiation, and at first she wanted $50,000.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So today we have a very special episode because we have a special guest.
Welcome to Taichung.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you here.
Thank you. The location is actually really famous because the Taichung sign is right behind us. But because we want to get good light, so unfortunately you can't really see.
It's like going to the Hollywood sign and just filming
Shoot
it
from
like behind
beside.
you. Yeah.
You did a video a little while ago that was about like the irritating things that foreigners do in Taiwan.
Yeah, I got lots of comments saying why we want to know what we do that annoys you.
Yeah.
So when we were chatting about video ideas for your channel, I was happy to collaborate on it and try our best not to offend anybody, but just talk about things that are different about Taiwanese people to maybe back home. As a teacher, we get a lot of pressure from parents to make sure their kids get the most perfect education. Their scores in school have to be high. We just had a couple of students threaten to leave the school because they scored 94% in their English. At the same time, these kids get driven to school on a scooter through red lights with no helmet.
If you are gonna drive them on the scooter, don't pressure them on their grades.
Yeah, by all means, let your kid flunk out of school.
Yeah, exactly. Like, already, like,
the helmet law must be enforced.
Yeah, so also something that maybe relates a little bit to this topic is that when there's a scooter accident, you know, they are a little bit afraid of getting involved in this situation. I think
bystander effect. I did it.
Involved.
I picked a scooter off a lady.
Yeah.
She'd been hit by a truck, and she'd scraped all her face. She wasn't seriously injured. I had to pay $5,000.
Oh really?
She sued me. Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go to like negotiation, and at first she wanted $50,000.
Are you serious?
Serious.
And
like,
were you involved in that accident?
My car was parked in the street outside my school.
Yeah.
And she came around my car, and as she came around, the truck hit her from behind. So I completely saw everything, and I was like, well, I thought she was under the truck at first. I got out, saw she was under the scooter, picked it up, moved the scooter, and then the police came and said, you need your details. A few weeks later, I got a letter. You have to pay $50,000 for your car being in the wrong place. But I was parked. I didn't move.
That is really okay. So this is definitely what happening because I was witness to a very small accident. It was a scooter who hit the lady, but only hit her a little bit.
Okay.
But she fell down and the scooter went on.
Oh, okay.
So I went to her, and you know, already when you get hit by a scooter, you get a little bit traumatized, right?
Yeah.
And then the first thing you see is the foreigner trying to help you. You get traumatized again. You know, it's just
you don't expect to see a foreigner in that situation.
Yeah.
Certain situations you expect to see us. Not when you've just been smashed off your scooter.
Exactly.
This big, tall, white guy is like, hello,
so,
hi,
like,
how
are you? So she said, yeah, I'm okay. I went
Okay.
to side. So I don't know if she was totally okay, but obviously she didn't want my help. And when I came back to my wife, she said that it's okay. Of course, she agrees that I did something. She thinks it's good, but she said that it can be a little bit risky to get involved.
Definitely.
And I thought this was a mindset that was not true. Because I thought always if you go there and you try to help, it's always good.
Yeah.
But then you tell me this story, so now
it's true.
I'm
She wanted $50,000, and then my school agent, he went to the negotiation on my behalf, and he sent me a message saying, Allan, I think you just have to pay $5,000 and the problem will go away. That's like 1 week's salary for me. A week's salary, $5,000.
This is kind of connect to the US, you know? People
Yeah.
suing each other for everything.
The suing culture, Well, you only have to
so-
look on YouTube and you see the accidents that happen and you just see the scooters just go around and nobody stops to help. It's pretty sad, but you can understand it a little bit. People don't want to, maybe they're squeamish, they don't want to see the certain ugly things, but also this problem of blame culture.
But what you say, it's kind of like a little bit problem of the system then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you want to be friendly, but if you are afraid you're gonna pay 50,000, like it kind of limits your friendliness.
It's just
you know?
it limits your friendliness. Perfect way to put it. Yeah.
The first time I met you, even before I even saw you coming, you said, hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like,
shake hands. Connect. Yeah.
And I think Taiwanese are usually really polite, and when I talk to them, they're really friendly.
Yeah.
But so many times they don't shake hands or introduce themselves to me.
My dad taught me when I was about 10 or 11 years old, when you shake someone's hand, you sort of give a firm shake.
Yeah, the firm handshake.
Like, okay, I'll give you like a weak handshake. Like that, it's like when someone just, and I think it's a Taiwanese thing to be gentle and caring, but I feel like, if someone's got a weak handshake in England, we kind of judge that person a little negatively, as if like, why you don't want to sort of assert yourself.
Like a few things, or a few times when I'm with my wife and we meet someone Taiwanese which she hasn't met before.
Yeah.
And later I also ask her, oh, what was the name of that person? Because I assume that sometime during the conversation they introduced themselves and maybe I missed out.
Yeah, she says,
like, I have no idea. But you talk with her for so long time, like you never introduce yourself.
There seems to be like a different, or more of a privacy about your
When
name.
do Taiwanese people introduce themselves to each other? Is there like a rule for when you're supposed to do it? Because it seems like it's not when you meet. And I think as a Swede, we always kind of hug.
Okay.
But we very, you know, if I meet someone French and we're supposed to do the cheek kissing,
Oh, okay.
we never know how this is supposed to be
which
done.
is
Like,
your left or right first?
It's not like Europe or Western countries, it's like one unified culture, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like small awkward
Oh,
things.
definitely, yeah.
I
Do you know what's a
many
giraffe
Eskimos.
kiss?
No.
I'm not going to show you, don't worry.
Another video.
Yeah. No, my son William has a giraffe. It's like a practical joke you do.
Yeah.
And you just lick someone's
Of course.
face.
Yeah, the next time I meet a Taiwanese and I feel it's a little bit awkward because
Yeah.
they didn't introduce themselves, I'll just... I'm
Giraffe
Jonas.
kiss.
Yeah.
It's the honesty and the reasoning behind the honesty that Taiwanese people have when talking about personal appearance. And of course, as a rather rotund individual, it's a polite way to say fat.
Okay.
As
yeah.
a rather rotund
Thanks, man.
individual, you get people who happily comment on, whoa, like they look at you and go, whoa, teacher, you're so fat. One of my coworkers, I was walking out of school the other day and they were in a meeting, about 4 or 5 of them, and I must have had like a slightly smaller t-shirt on or something, and she looked at me like this, right? She goes, oh,
Okay.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And she obviously is like, she's just saying you're getting bigger and bigger and putting on more weight. And I'm like, the pity and the sort of the reasoning behind it, they always say it's they care.
Yeah.
They're friends and they want to show they care and they want you to be healthy. But I was just like standing there in front of all of the other people and everyone knows what her meaning is. I was like, I was having a good day. If I was having a bad day, I would probably return with like something equally vindictive and evil, but I was just like, happy life, comfortable life, I'm fine, don't worry about it.
The way to do it in Sweden, at least how we would do it, is that like, if it's something about the appearance that you can change, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you have some shit in your teeth and
yeah.
we're gonna make a video,
Yeah.
I would say, hey, Allan,
You've
you
got a
guys-
vegetable in your
yeah,
teeth,
you probably
yeah.
don't want this to be in the video. You
Yeah.
know? But it's something that you can't change on like a short scale, you know?
If you sent me a message last week saying, hey, can you lose some weight
Yeah,
before the video?
then it would be okay. Then it would be okay.
They claim it's all about this caring, friendly nature, but it hurts. These things cut deep. Not really.
Yeah.
And I overheard one of the grade 2 students, she says to her friend in Chinese, Candy, 过来, Allan 老师, 他很香. She was smelling my arm. She goes, 他有很强的外国人味道.
What is What
What is a white And I think I had deodorant on or something, so it was like soapy kind of smell.
Smell good though.
Not bad.
It smell good, yeah.
Just a
I
Shore
can
Lynx
support that.
roll-on deodorant.
You know that there's a kind of like a reputation of Asian people that they like to eat dogs. Of course, everyone who lives here, we know this is not the truth.
Yeah.
But like, if I ask someone in Sweden, they would probably make a joke about Asians eating dogs.
Yeah, I get comments on my evil hater comments on my videos about
Yeah.
Asian people being dog eaters. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I live here for a while now, and especially in Taipei, my stereotype is kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
That I think that Taiwanese people treat their dogs and animals too good.
Ooh,
And let me tell
okay.
you why I think this, because I would see so many Taiwanese, you know, pushing fat dogs in strollers. Like they have a stroller, you know, and inside there's like a fat dog that they are pushing around.
Taking
Then
your
they
dog
think-
for a walk?
Yeah, exactly. Then they would like lift out that dog because they want that dog to be more healthy. And,
Yeah.
walk. The dog maybe walks for 10 meters, you know, but after 10 meters the dog just like stops doing anything. So the Taiwanese owner of
Yeah.
the dog will pick the dog up again and put it in the stroller and push.
Yeah.
Taiwanese are really skinny.
Yeah.
But yeah, their dogs
Their
are.
dogs
not
are
really,
huge. I think that's in Taichung, maybe not so much. I think you do see the occasional handbag dog,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
little puppy poodle, lasser, what are they called, Shih Tzus or whatever.
Yeah.
And they do get pampered and spoiled. There's lots of dog salons around.
this is not something annoying that every Taiwanese do, but it's something that like annoyed me. Like, let your dog run, it's a park.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
This was just something I needed to get
Yeah,
off my
I can-
shoulders.
I can-
Not exactly fits the topic, but kind of fits
Yeah.
the topic, yeah.
And it's a sound that when I first heard it, I was shocked. I was in my class teaching and I asked one of the students some question and he turns to his teacher, to me, and goes, "Ha!" Your microphone is probably...
Yeah, exactly, like
"Ha!"
about this.
And I was like, sorry, what was that? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
and it's, I don't know if it's got a Chinese character for that sound, ha, ha. And I was just like,
You do it a lot better than I do. I say, ha!
Yeah.
But yeah, you're
but it's
like,
so aggressive and short and sharp, and it's like, whoa. Now, when I grew up, if I said to my mum, if I said, what? Like if I
Yeah.
didn't, and I said, what? I would get a clip around the ear for using the word what.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
to say, pardon, or I beg your pardon, maybe to grandmother or something. But if I said to my mother when I was an elementary school student, huh? My mom would beat the living daylights out of me. But then, as you live here longer, you speak to adults, taxi drivers or co-workers, and it's just like a very easy, efficient way of saying, excuse me, I didn't quite catch what you said. It's like, huh? So now when I go back to England, and like I'll be in the pub with my dad getting a beer, and my dad will say something, and I'll in front of all of my dad's friends, I'll go, huh? And all my dad's friends are like, what is that animal you brought to the pub? But so yeah, it is annoying when you first hear it, but like I said, it becomes efficient and it has a universally accepted or Taiwanese wide accepted meaning of, excuse me, what did you say? It's not really any malicious intent with it, but pretty annoying.
Yeah, so I think a lot of this kind of things has to do with the expectation of etiquette from a Westerner. That kind of becomes a little bit of a cultural shock with kind of the etiquette that is here.
I think culture has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the longer we live here, the less annoying they get. But it's nice to be reminded of some of them sometimes and think, oh yeah, that's actually something we wouldn't do back home. Because I've been here so long, I do some of them now.
Okay.
So I want people to know that I'm not judging you from outside as a foreigner looking at Taiwanese people. I kind of have become this person that does a lot of these things that I find annoying.
Okay, so we've been talking about a few things, and what are we gonna do now?
Yes, the plan now, I'm taking Jonas shrimp fishing, or shrimping is to use the correct verb. I've never done it in 12 years. You've never done it, you said?
I have never done it.
So if you want to check that out, it's going to be on my channel. Jonas is going to put a link up in the corner, right?
It's gonna be great. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Also, thank you so much for showing up in my video.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.